I'm loving these haunted old fashions. Are you ready for the next one? Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. I'm Doc Martinez and we're making another haunted drink. This one's called the Haunted Circus. Now, I always looking for inspiration and transform into an old fashioned. This is probably going to be the one that's the furthest from my old fashioned, that, outside the box a little bit, but only because of one ingredient, and you'll see why. But it looks like a fun drink. It looks like something that would be kind of different and just fun to try. So let's get into it. We're going to be making the Haunted Circus in a mixing glass. We're going to be using a little bit of honey. Now you can do a honey or a honey syrup. I want to just pure honey. Make this a little bit sweeter. Don't need a lot of it. Quarter to half an ounce, a little bit more there. Next is our bitters, and it's going to be a cherry bitter. We're going to do 2 dashes of this. 2 good dashes. We're also going to be adding some gin. Now the gin is, I use this one because my online adopted son sent this to me. I'm going to need some more, so I'm going to have to see where I can find some more of this. But it's been working great for my drinks. So yeah, another old fashioned with gin. All right, so now everything in here makes an old fashioned, right? This is the one ingredient that's going to kind of throw it off a little bit and pull it away from an old fashioned, but it adds a lot to it, so we got to do it. Are you ready to see what it is? Yep, half and half milk. Never used this in a drink before. Definitely not in an old fashioned. We're going to do about an ounce, a little bit over an ounce, ounce and a half. Turns our drink white. Now, I don't know if I've ever had half and half by itself before, but we'll see how this comes out. All right. Need to stir this puppy. Let's stir this up here. I know some of you out there are like, I don't know if I want to try this one. I haven't made this one. I haven't tried this one. I'm a little nervous, so I understand your apprehension there. All right, let me put this right over there for a second. All right, couldn't find my normal strainer, but I do have my Death Star strainer. That will work. Now, this glass is rimmed with, as you can see, honey and green. I put it in the freezer for a while, but the honey's so soft and it's so warm here. It just started melting down. But I kind of like the look. I think it'll look pretty cool like that. So here we go. Another thing is, it does get sticky everywhere. Oh, actually, I don't need a strainer. Actually, I think it's called a dirty dump. We're gonna actually dirty dump this in here. We kind of want all that ice in there. I forgot about that, or almost forgot. All right, we're not done yet. That looks kind of cool. Looks kind of reminds you of like a clown, right? Now we need to add some grenadine. I'm using Savage Kitchen's grenadine. As I said before, love this one. It's so good. And you kind of just want to, let me use this. You just kind of want to pour it down the side, and it's going to fill that bottom. Is that enough? Let's see. Are you seeing that across the bottom there? Let me see. Pour some across the top here. A lot more grenadine than I wanted to add. I don't want this drink that sweet, but I might have to do that. There we go. So across the bottom, you see that red? That is a lot of grenadine. This is one of those just drinks more for the looks, I'm going to assume, than it is for the drink. You know, what do you think of when you think of a circus? And this is a haunted circus. You got to have some of that cotton candy. Cotton candy, sweet and low. Yep. So garnish this with some cotton candy. I take a big chunk of this cotton candy off. Put that on the top. And I know it will start dissolving, but there you go. The Haunted Circus Old Fashioned. Or old fashioned. All right, time to try this crazy drink. Take this off the top. Ooh, some of it dissolved in there. And let's go ahead and taste this. Amazing enough. A lot of it tastes like the gin. So that's actually got me curious. But let's stir this up a little bit and see if mixing all together makes it any different. Add some of that sweetener from the bottom. And let's go in for our second taste. Okay, now it's gin and grenadine forward. So you get some of that grenadine there. You're not tasting really any of that honey. From the outside, I'm just trying to keep my fingers from getting real sticky here. I think what you need to do if you're gonna make this, put it in the freezer and just leave it in there for like an hour. I only had like a few minutes to do this. So I think leaving it in there, you wouldn't have as much of a mess. But let's do this. Taste this. Definitely unique. Not my favorite, that's for sure. I love the presentation of it. I love the way it looks. Cotton candy actually tastes really good too. I think I need to work on this one a little bit. It's different. You taste the gin, you taste the grenadine. That half and half just adds some texture, not a lot of flavor. The honey, I don't taste at all, even along the rim of the glass. So, hey, you win some, you lose some, but at least we got a haunted circus going for Halloween. All right, my friends, Thank you for joining me on another journey down my haunted old-fashioned rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends, cheers.